Welcome to Flicks No Critics, so don't come for me in my reviews. All right, so the 6888, of course, you see Kerry Washington in the front, and you probably thought it was about her and about them fighting the war. It was absolutely not about that at all. Kerry Washington is in it, however, she is the top dog of the Women's of Colors section of the Army, right? Our battalion, the 6888, their whole, they couldn't do anything pretty much but the grunt work and the brunt work of what most, unfortunately, POCs were doing during that time, right? They were put in the terrible position of where they lived. They got the brunt end of the stick all the time. They couldn't help. They couldn't do anything. They were looking like, we don't care about anything that you got going on over here. We really don't want you in the Army, but you're here, so we're going to give you minute tasks to do. Kerry Washington, however, she was fighting super, super hard to actually get her battalion to do something, to be a part, because they're training and they're doing everything else that all the other white people got to do, right? The shots, the late nights, the tuck in the bed, the march. They got to do the whole 9 yards, whatever. Come to find out, their job was super important, but no one took them seriously. So the whole gist of this was about mail. And you would think like, oh, that's like really, really, really minute. Like they had to separate mail. No, the mail was not getting to soldiers and the mail was not getting to family members. So family members were going pretty much up to Roosevelt at the time and was like, yo, what's happening? This sparked all this movement happening, and for the 6888 to actually get involved in this part, and like a mom went to Eleanor Roosevelt, who was friends with Mary McLeod Bethune. If you don't know who that is, look her up. And they are all, she might have went to the White House, I don't really know. But Eleanor and Mary, they were like, the mom, she told her what's happening. Like, I'm not getting my mail. I don't know what's happening. Like, can you fix it? And so there's a colonel there, a white man, of course, 2 white men in the Army. And they're like, well, we're busy. The mail is not important. And so Mary McLeod Bethune is like, it definitely is important. The morale is low of your soldiers. Like, do something. I have a group actually that I know who can do it. Of course, they're women of color. And of course, the white guy's like, I'm not dealing with that. And I'm not saluting to somebody else. Like, yeah, I don't care what her rank is. And so she's like, I got something for you. They're going to go because she's friends with Eleanor. And Eleanor is the wife of Roosevelt, and was like, yeah, no, they're going. So she gets word, Kerry, she gets word. Her name was in this Charity Adams. And she's like, okay, cool. We finally got word. We're finally going to do something. She opens up her letter. They told her she can't open it until she crossed the Atlantic. But she opens and she's like, we're in the mail, like, battalion infantry, like, thing. That's what we're doing. Like, we're not fighting anybody. Like, whatever. Come to find out, it's like millions of pieces of mail that are, distraught. There are missing names, is vermin eating through all the stuff. It's nickname the folks. They have to decipher and figure out who is who, where this goes to try to get the mail to the right person, right? They were given a 6-month time frame to do all of this with all those. They had airplane hangars full of mail. They had to go through, like I said, and sort it all out. And of course, the white man is not giving them any type of grace about it. Even though they were doing a good job, a lot of the mail was getting returned, though, because you just couldn't see it. So they came in with their own solution, their own way. Everybody had their own little niche that they were good at, right? Some people worked in like fabric and fragrances and, puzzles and, symbols. Like all the women had like something that they could actually do to help try to figure out where the mail goes, which was amazing to me. And so they told them to give them 6 months. They separated, sorted, delivered mail in 3. Amazing job. Absolutely amazing job. And of course, there were haters. And of course, there were haters, because how are you going to give me a job to do and then come inside of the place that I'm working to do the job and then complain? So the white man came and he was like, oh, I'm doing an inspection. And then Kerry, like, inspection for what? Like, you gave me 6 months to do a job and then you gave me the most horrible conditions. They were like told to go and stay in a school with no heat. It was dirty. There was rats everywhere. And they fixed that mess up. Like, made their own beauty parlor, their own mess hall. They had beds. They made beds. They did everything themselves. And he talking about you using the military money. What money? Like we are black. They're not giving us anything. And then we're black women at that. Yeah, no. We're doing this by ourselves. You can either help or get out. So she pretty much told him, put him in his place right then and there. At the very, very end though. Right then and there, like, if you can do this job, do it better, but you not finna do nothing to me or my group. Like, over my dead body was her phrase. And so I applauded her as well for standing up to him, because I know. I don't know, but I know that was hard and difficult to do. And so yeah, this was good. This was good. I really thought it would have given me more of a backstory about Charity Adams and not her underneath person. I don't know what they're called. I don't want to say Pirate or Peanut or whatever, but the one that's like under her. I didn't know there's going to really be like about her, because it was really about her story, love story, or whatever. But overall, I was grateful to learn about this battalion. I had no idea this happened. And I have to say, I hate that you don't learn a lot of the little stuff. I don't want to minimize. It's not little. You don't learn a lot of stuff in school. And I would have never thought to even research how mail was delivered in World War II. So kudos to the women. Kudos, because there's a few of them I do believe that are still living now. And so, yeah, clap, clap, clap all around. But if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.